Please, I'm going through a breakup and I'm allowed to look like this, okay? But welcome back to my channel. Now have a seat, followed by a sip, and please don't forget to leave a tip by liking and subscribing to your girl's channel. I want to put that back on, girl, because you got to strap the babies. Anywho, so today I have not talked to you guys in months. Like, it feels like years. Feels like a long time, and rightfully so because I've been preoccupied. My daughter started school today with kindergarten. Oh my God, y'all. I cried. I cried like a baby. But then when I walked out that gate and I went to my car, oh baby, I did my little prayer and I skedaddled. Oh girl, it's just this part for me. Anyway, so today, well, it was actually a couple days ago. I broke up with this individual, and I'm I feel like I'm grieving. Like, I did not want to be with this person anymore because they weren't conducive to my healthier lifestyle path with, like, I don't even want to put his business out there because I know his people be watching me, but fuck it. I don't, we were going in two directions. I am on the direction of, like, healing. I'm on the direction of just, I said healing, of just righteousness, right? Like, where I want to do better, be better, and I've become better. Whereas this individual, they're still going through what they're going through. The crazier part about it is, like, girls be like, yeah, girl, give me a nigga with some money. Yeah, but I'll tell you this, that's, it's not true. Like, a man that has some money doesn't always bring a peace of mind, especially when they haven't healed their own wounds, especially when the discipline lacks, especially when they still have their own work to do. So as you're trying to be with this person, coexist with this person, be in love with this person, you know, their personal issues always kind of deter you from actually wanting to, hello Will, from actually wanting to, like, stick on your own journey. Basically, so hello guys, basically the dude I was just with was distracting me. He was helping me deflect from the things that I needed to take care of. Y'all, I'm supposed to be doing YouTube. I'm supposed to be doing so many things. All of my 2025, I was literally in a relationship that was not conducive to my plan. It wasn't conducive to my mental health. It wasn't conducive to my household or what I want as a family, because I'm having them try to play catch up with me as I'm trying to catch up with myself. And I'm trying to juggle that, juggle them, then juggle being a mom, juggle being happy. And the part that I knew, because I was born in 1991, so I'm 34 now. I'm 34. One thing I know about me now is, look, I love the music I love. I love Afro beats. I love soca. I love all those things. So if you come into my life and you try to turn me off from interests that make me happy, like, I couldn't even listen to Afro beats around this dude. And the reason why is because before I was talking to him, I was talking to a Ghanaian. So I guess because I was talking to an African dude, he probably correlated that I was talking to an African dude. And when I listened to the music, I thought about him. And that is completely far from the truth. Not only that, like, I like to go to lounges. I like to get dressed. I like to make myself look cute and things of that nature, take care of myself. And this dude made me feel bad for even asking him if he was okay if I stepped out for the weekend and go do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? He made me feel like he wanted to be inside, so I had to be inside, which I don't mind being inside. I'm very domesticated. I have been domesticated. But every once in a while, if I want to step out and go, smoke some hookah, listen to some music, and just burn some calories by getting on the dance floor, I don't see what the problem is. I've never cheated, never gave you an inkling that I want to cheat. But everything that makes me happy or everything that makes me feel like I got a little pep in my step, I work out to this music. You mean to tell me I can't? Or if I listen to it, you get an attitude? That's not fair. Not only that, he didn't want to break up. He did not want to break up at all. So this was not a mutual situation. And I had to do what I had to do to let him be known, like, I love you and I care about you, but I care about me. I care about me more. I care about my mental health. I care about, you know, what my daughter sees of me. And if you're depleting me of my energy and you're making me feel as if I'm not being myself and I'm just in this shell, or if I feel like I'm in this prison, like, you should never consecutively, I'm gonna say it again, you should never consecutively be unhappy in your relationship. And I have been consecutively unhappy in my relationships. Somebody said it sounds like he was cheating. Girl. So, no. Okay, so yeah. Yes. I'm going to say, yeah. No, he didn't physical cheat on me. But when we got into this relationship, right, he was like, all right, cut off all your people. And he had this one girl. He was in the army for 14 years. He had this girl he met out in Germany. I guess he took her home, bust her down, and they've been best friends forever. So if I have to cut off friends that I haven't even been intimate with, friends that I haven't even had any intercourse with, because they're African and I love Afro beats, and then I tell you, okay, well, that lady that you actually had intercourse with, that lady that you actually, and she's in Germany, so that's besides the point. But if I had to block, then yeah, you need to have a little block party, because every time we are in disagreement, you bring this lady up. So at this point, yeah, block her too. Usually I wouldn't make him do that. But because he started trying to control everything I did, it was like, okay, well, you did it too, so you do it. And if he was combative, then I'd be like, well, why do you want me to do it? So he would do it. But man, we would get into a little disagreement, talk on the phone or whatever. Next thing you know, you got to go call that girl. That's not how this works. I'm unhappy in my relationship. I was unhappy in my relationship. Then on top of that, you run away from your problems drinking all the time, like alcoholic. I'm like, I've never been with an alcoholic. I've been with men that, yeah, like when they go out, they'll probably do a little, a little too much and they get a little sloppy or whatever. But I've never been with a man that throws up 5 times a day, that's drinking alcohol literally until the alcohol's trying to come up out of his mouth and he's trying to put the alcohol down. I've never been with somebody that doesn't want to go out. They just want to be laid up. And there's nothing wrong with being laid up, but you're stripping me of everything I love. You're stripping me of my friends. Not saying he told me to cut off my friends, but he would feel some type of way if I'm on the phone with my child's father and we out and we're having a co-parenting relationship, because we do co-parent. We are not intimate. We do not want each other. No, I don't want him back. He don't want me back. It all falls on our child. We're trying to provide a healthier communication for our child. So we talk to each other, not as friends, but we talk to each other as associates, right? Every time I get on the phone with my child's father, this nigga got to go call his baby mama, the one. And if his family's watching, a good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, because this is my way to just get everything off my chest. But yeah, he would call her And then, yeah, we have, thank you, Never Knows Best. We have mutual respect for our child, absolutely. And plus, we both come from homes that were broken. So it's like we saw our parents have those disagreements and stuff like that. And we're like, shit, we may not like each other, but we love her. So we have that in common. He would try to go, and I don't know if he was like attempting to make me jealous because they wouldn't even want to talk to him. Because you know why? He's inebriated. You know? So they would hang up on him, or they would get into their back and forth. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over there looking like, what was that for? Why did you even call them if you know you lit? They know you lit. So why are you calling them all that BS? They got to raise your children. So I was already conducting smarter moves for this man to do so that way he can have a better relationship with his children's mother. I know his first child's mother because we all went to high school together. Literally, that's how long I've known this dude, since high school. And I don't understand why I didn't leave when the red flags was red flagging. But as I sit back and I'm talking to you guys and I ponder, the reason why I didn't leave is because I knew him before he came into his addiction. I knew him when he was a sweet, innocent soul. I knew him before he was a combat veteran. I knew him before he was boots on ground, Afghanistan, and all the probably trials and tribulations he went through and his course of 14 years in the Army. I knew him before that. So I think in the back of my mind, because I'm figuring this all out as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, it's like, I'm falling for this man's potential because I've seen him reach his potential. I've seen him, at his peak. This dude did good. And when I tell you, y'all, it was so hard to break up with him because he's fine. He's so handsome. Handsome. When he put himself together, handsome. Man, I was so proud. Like, a little tad bit of me didn't want to break up with him because I'm like, I don't want no other girl to have him. But I'm over here, deterring the things that I need to do because I'm sitting up trying to babysit this dude and make sure he take his... Y'all, it's so bad that like when he stopped drinking, he would get the shakes. Like, I've never seen that before. Never. I had to take him to the VA hospital to try to detox him. You know what he would do? He would leave. It's like he would play in my face like, yo, you need to go detox. Okay, I'll go detox. So I drive him 30 minutes. 35 minutes. We get there and he talking himself out. Oh, they said they ain't got no bed. Oh, this, that, and the third. And it's like, no, dude, like, I can't keep letting you do this to me. Like, you're stringing me into this. Yeah, I don't drink every fucking day. Excuse my French. I don't drink every day. But I caught myself starting to... This nigga would DoorDash more than anybody I know in my life. DoorDash. And here I am. He'd be like, you want some? And ain't even no occasion why I need a drink. I'm not even stressed about anything, or I'm not even ready to party. But it's just like, you want some? Now, all it took for me to say is no. I'm a grown-ass woman. Can't nobody make me do anything. However, at this point in time, I'm falling into his pattern. Not drinking the way he drank. But I'm falling into his pattern where it's like, I guess I can have a drink. Next thing y'all know, then it's like an everyday thing when baby girl... It became something where it was like, girl, what are you doing? This is not you. This is not you. You waking up, you're feeling like you just went out to the club. You didn't even go nowhere. You looking at your stomach, and it's just like, girl, gaining weight. And then you can't listen to the music that you love. Bitch, you got me all the way fucked up. For real, for real. And I don't know how I kept stringing along in these webs, because we started dating in January. We started dating in January. And then here we are in August, and I don't fucking know where my last 8 months went. Yeah, I took care of some things My grandfather died. My grandmother had a stroke. A lot of things went on. And I don't know if I just got so in tune with this dude that it helped me deflect from my problems. But it didn't help me deflect from my problems. If anything, it just hid my problems for me to help somebody else in their problems. And I just started smoking more weed, just trying to keep myself. What's up, y'all? You said, why can't you listen to the music you love? Because the dude I was talking to before him was African. He was Ghanaian. And he knew he was Ghanaian. So, like, if we was in the car and I put on Afro beats, oh, baby, he losing it. He think I'm thinking about that nigga. Like, what? That's like saying I dated an American guy and then I turn on some Rick Ross. I'm not thinking about no American guy when I turn on no Rick Ross. So he just made me feel as if I had to cut off anything that was related to that dude, his music or whatever. I don't eat the food, but all that, he made me feel as if I was doing wrong by him by my light shining by the music I was listening to or dancing to. So it was, yeah, Crystal, it was very, very narcissistic. And not only was it narcissistic, because he was always inebriated. Like, he would wake up, and this would be on the weekends, like when my daughter's with her dad and I'm over chilling and all that other stuff. Like, and the first thing he doing is go, 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 go. Y'all, it even got to the point where I had to, like, hide his keys, hide his wallet. And I've never had to do that to no grown man. Never. And yes, you know, Crystal, you said Pop on Blink and Blink 182. For real, for real. But Crystal said he sounded like an adult baby. No, for real, his mom is the biggest enabler. The biggest enabler. And part of the reason of him coming out here to California, because here's the thing, what I realized about him. See, I'm going to say something, and I know I say it, and I'm going to make sure that if it gets repeated, I have already told the other person, you know? Whereas he'll be real sloppy and tell me some shit that his mom said about me, supposedly, because he was always inebriated. So nobody knew if he was telling the truth or not. And even when his mom would call, and his mom would be like, tell her I said hi. Even his mom would be like, I feel like you don't want us to be cool. I met his mom, I went home, and he met my dad. Like, you know, like, we already did all that. Because, again, me and him known each other since 2008. But I just felt like I was taking care of him. And at my big grown age of being born in 1991, I have a 5-year-old that just started school today. So leading up to this, I'm taking care of you, making sure you're okay when I don't have my 5-year-old, and then taking care of her. Where's the room for me? I can't go shake it out at nobody lounge. I can't go somewhere by myself. If I go somewhere by myself, it feels like he feels like, why you didn't go with me? Why you didn't invite me? Like, just, y'all. When I tell you this man is fine. When I tell you this man has the peace, he has the peace. When I tell you this man is, you know, he's financially stable. You would think, ding, 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 ding. But when you dealing with somebody that doesn't have discipline, y'all, my discipline got out of hand to the point where I started eating meat. I was pescatarian. I started eating meat. Y'all want to know so funny? When I got with him, I was like 180. I'm going to say 180 because it was fluctuating. And back then I thought I was big. Bitch, I'm sitting at a whole motherfucker almost. Well, now I'm 200. The fact that I'm in the twos. I'm 214 pounds. What? I go to the gym like I'm physically fit. And I'm over here gaining weight. He talk about that's love weight. Baby, that's not love weight. That's stress. Anybody that tell you that's love weight and you done gained over 30 pounds, baby, that ain't love weight. That's stress weight to the point where I stopped doing my hair. First of all, I need to slow this part down, but I'm supposed to be taking this out. I stopped doing my hair, stopped doing my nails, and I feel like he wanted me to be that way. Because if I be cute, it was almost like a threat to him. For me, just even putting myself together, it was like a threat. That shit make me so mad that I was in this relationship for 8 months. Because I can't get that time back. Another thing is, like, a lot of moments were ruined due to his intoxication, his inebriation. A lot of moments, there was a lot of arguments because I'm arguing with him. He need to go detox. He needs to go take care of himself. I've never been with a man that had a drawer full of pills that they had to take. Never. And I'm not judging because I got my vitamins and stuff like that. But he's supposed to be taking these pills because, and the crazy part about it is his ex-wife even had to tell me, make sure when you around, he take his pills because he could be stroke pump prone. So clock this. About a week ago, I was like, I gave him an ultimatum because I had been giving him an ultimatum, but I had to stand on something. So about a week ago, I'm like, you got to go to the VA or I'm done. You got to go deep because the VA, which is the Veteran Affairs, is where people go that are veterans that were in the military. What they can do for you, because girl, he had me doing all type of research, not because he told me to, because I needed to, because I needed to see what help he could use. Sorry. So they have this thing at the VA where you could detox from anything, whether it's like fentanyl, cocaine, alcohol, pills, weed, whatever. And what they do is they give you a bed and they give you an IV and they take your vitals and your levels to make sure that your levels are at a decent level before they check you out. So we go up to their emergency room, right? I'm like, here, I'm going to support you because I've watched enough intervention. My dad struggled from it. My grandma struggles from it. Like, I'm in my family, there's a lot of that, right? A lot of people coping. So I'm like, I'll go there and I hold your hand. Like, I'm here for you. So we get there and I check him in because he's so inebriated. He's functional, but when it comes to articulation or point or any type of clarity, baby, over the rainbow. It's just going to fly over your head. So I check him in and I try to be discreet. She's like, Crystal said, not the ex-wife. Yes, the ex-wife. She's like, because like one day he got drunk. We were out. He called her from my phone. That's how I started talking to her. He called the girl from my phone. That's how lit. Because she wasn't answering his phone call. So he was like, can I use your phone? I'm like, shit, like, why can't, like, yeah, you can use my phone, whatever. I ain't got nothing in there anyway. I ain't got no social life or anything. He called her from my phone, not tell me anything. She called back 5 minutes. And she's like, hello? And I was like, hello? And we both like, who is this? And then I say his name. And then she's like, no, baby, I changed my number, Miss Crystal. Number's been changed. I changed that yesterday. Changed it yesterday. Because he won't stop hitting me up on my Snapchat, my Instagram, my girl. I blocked him on everything. Blocked him on everything, girl. He sent me a Cash App with some money with a little message. Like, nah, I ain't gonna block the Cash App. You know, Cash App. No, I'm playing. I need to block the Cash App because honestly, it's overwhelming at this point. But what was I saying? So we get there. He goes in the back. He gets his vitals. I sit outside, give him his privacy or whatever. He comes back out. We waiting for about a good, yes, Miss Crystal, it is a donation. He come back outside. Next thing you know, he like, yeah, I was back there and they was talking about ain't no beds. Ain't no beds. We've been sitting here for an hour. So I took matters into my own hand. I got up. I think the lady looked at me like I was his wife, but I was basically just helping him out. So I basically, what's up, zombies? Basically, I he was like, shit, lost my train of thought. Zombie, you need to calm the hell down because that's doing too much for me, baby. Anyway, your mama, your daddy, and your bald headed granny. Like I said, where the fuck was I at? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And Lord, please forgive me for my tongue. For what I just said before that about the mama and the daddy and the bald headed granny. So I go up to the desk and I was like, hey lady, like, I heard that y'all don't got no beds. Next thing you know, she was like, no beds. I was like, yeah. So I was like, can I pull you to the side? You know? And so she pulled me to the side. I pulled her to the side. And I was like, y'all don't have no more beds. He needs to detox. She's like, what does he need to detox from? I said, alcohol. Right? So we're having our own conversation. She's like, well, I can't. I was like, is it illegal to leave the emergency room without, like, because he checked in but didn't fully commit to the emergency room. So he wants to go home. So the lady was like, honestly, I can't make him stay. And I'm like, I understand that. So he pulls up, right? And the lady was like, yeah, I don't know who told you we didn't have a bed. I said, ma'am, he said that. And he was probably just making it up because he's not trying to do this detox. It took a long time for him to get here. So the lady is like, so you've had a seizure before? Because she looked him up, right? And he was like, yeah. Girl, I snapped my neck. I said, a seizure? You need to stay here. So the lady's like, yeah, you can have DTs. I guess that's like detox tremors or whatever, which I had already experienced, which was scary because he had a detox tremor one time where his eyes got bucked, really bucked. And he was sweating. He almost fell to his knees. Like I literally had to like put him up on my shoulder to get him to his room to support him. So when I heard that he's prone to seizures and his detox, I don't know how to handle no nigga with no seizure. Then on top of that, I don't even want to be around that. He's choosing to want to do this. He's not catching seizures because it's hereditary. He's catching seizures because he wants to continue to drink when his body says no. He wants to continue to drink when he throws up. And then go back and throw up again and throwing up all fucking day. I want to be honest with you. I seen him sober consecutively at max 5 days. So anyway, the lady's like, I can't make him stay, but he is prone to seizures, and there's a possibility he can catch a stroke. So I'm like, well, I can't make him stay either. So he leaves. At this point, I'm pissed. At this point, I'm like, I've given too much of my energy and my effort to the point where I didn't even want to be intimate with the dude. You know why? Because it's coming through his pores and you're sweating. And you touch my skin, I feel the salt burning me. That's how bad he's sweating. I don't need you throwing off my pH balance. I know what happens when a man drinks a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to deal with that. So it's already tense because when we do see each other, I ain't giving it up no more. I only care about your sobriety at this point. I don't want you as an alcoholic, and I don't want my man to feel as if I'm enabling him in any such a way. So things started getting really, really tense because now I'm not giving it up. Now, I don't even go on dates. We don't go out because all he wants to do is drink inside. Like, hey, let's go out. Let's go and sit down and watch a movie. Have a fucking movie night. What? I don't have a problem with a movie night. We done watched all the series that we could. The Gardener, You, the one with, look, Netflix, we know all. I know all of them. I don't want to sit on my ass anymore. I've already gained 30 pounds. And the worst part about it is we would go out in public, and I'm a real ass girl to tell you, I was gaining, I've gained over 30 pounds to the point where like we would go out and I started feeling insecure. I wouldn't even put on my makeup, nothing. I would see him look at a girl, and it's okay to look at a girl, whatever. You know, it's like, oh, she's beautiful, oh, she got a fat ass, blah, blah. But it's a different story when you don't feel confident in yourself and the look starts to look like a stare. And now you're really feeling some type of way. Because now you don't even want to look at yourself in the mirror because you know what you're doing to yourself. And not only that, this man is just taking all of your light. Like, girl, I used to cuss him out in the beginning to the point where I think he liked it. Can you guess what sign? Not that I even care about that shit, but he liked it. It was like he was ciphering my energy. He would feel all motivated. And next thing you know, I'm feeling like I need to get away from you. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. You know how annoying it is to go to a toilet after a person and they just threw up and now it's shit all around the crevices of the toilet. You know how annoying it is. You staying at a hotel, you go wake up in the middle of the night and you stepping in a puddle, a little baby puddle of piss because he's not aiming his bat in the toilet because he's inebriated. Do you know how it is to hear a person keep talking about the past, the past, the past, the past, the past, when all you want to do is get with the present and think about the future? So I'm dealing with your past. I'm having to remain present, and I want to think about my future. Hey, what's up, Messi? Almond, nope, not Gemini, but close enough, baby. Close enough. Ain't that a fire sign? Well, I gave it up. But yeah. Like I said, it's a nice looking dude. It's a nice dude, and we got history. But I'm depleted. I attract the weirdest man. I went out on the 4th of July, and a man shot off fireworks at the fire station across the bar. See? I don't know how these men out here all... See, he was in the Army for 14 years. So, not that gives him an excuse, because he's refusing help. I went up to the BA, told him, like, hey, I even had to... You know what's so crazy? I even had to be like, I'll give you some if you just go check in at the VA into mental health. I'll give you some if you just come with me and let's go for a walk. I had to start freaking saying, I'll give you some. And, you know, it's pussy. Just so I can get my way of getting him closer to help. And I hate the fact that I just shared that. But it's my truth, and I stand in my truth. I shouldn't have to have done that. You know? I shouldn't have had to bargain with him. As soon as I seen that he wanted to refuse help, I should have just said, hey, I got love for you, but I got to go my way and you got to go your way. I don't know why I sat in this relationship for as long as I did. I don't know. And when I look back, I'm mad at myself. Like, I have to forgive myself. Like, I'm figuring it all out because I'm really just on like day 3 of this breakup. And I just been swimming in my own head because it's like I'm not the girl that's going to be telling everybody my business, my personal business with my relationship. I learned how to keep that in-house, but I was suffering in silence while I try to keep this man up. Can you relate to you trying to help somebody out, and as you helping them, you drowning, you suffering, you hurting, you going broke? Not saying that the broke part or any of those was any in particularly your case or my case. I'm just saying it's just the worst of the worst. This is to the point where it's, can I be really really honest with you? It took me a long time because I never really had to break up with nobody. And the reason why I say that because it's always been mutual. Like when my ex-husband cheated on me, it was mutual. We broke. It was done. You know, when the German and black dude that I was talking to, nah, it was very much mutual because at this point I didn't want to go intimate with him and shit. If I ain't giving up, he like shit. I got to go, and we both were on the same page. I just wasn't physically attracted to him. Mentally, I was, but I've never had to tell somebody, look, we've been together for this amount of time, and I want to break up with you. My high school relationship, we basically broke up because I went into the military and he was in 11th grade. You know, like the breakups have already they've always been understood to be what they were, you know. So with this dude, I let it linger for so long. Like I kept letting him piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Oh, I'm gonna get better. I want to be better. He got 3 children. 3 children. And I just keep eating it up, just eating it up, eating it up, eating it up. You know, he would make me mad, and then next thing you know, he coming in the house with a crab boil bag. How you be mad over crab boil? You know what I'm saying? Like that manipulative type, that type of manipulative thing. You mad, and now next thing you know, he getting you exactly what you've been asking for all week. You want to go work out? You want to go to the gym? And when I say all week, it's like when I don't have my child. But, you know, we trying to figure out what we're going to do. So, I mean, it literally had to take for me to just blow up. I literally blew up. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. I'm tired of dancing with your demons. I'm tired of dancing with your demons. We all got our own demons. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of person, my shit stays in my bucket. Meaning, I'm going to go get the mental health. I'm going to go get the help. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go on a fast. I'm going to do the things that I got to do to get myself recalibrated. But when you're not trying to even discipline yourself, and now I'm starting to feel like I have to be the parent to you, that's too much. I don't want to lead. And I used to think that shit was cute to be like, you know, call the shots and keep everything. I don't want, do you? I want to be a woman. Yeah, I want to get my little 1-2-1-2, but I want to be in my soft life. I want a man to come in and be respectful to my boundaries and understand my limits, but at the same time, lead. And I was leading, and it's draining. It's hard to lead when you got a kid. Lead a man. And when your mama is your biggest enabler, it's no helping that. It's like if you're not mad at your mama, then you mad at me. You talking shit about your mama to me. If you mad at me, you talking shit about me to your mom. And then when you get drunk, then you're telling me all the negative stuff. You're telling me all the negative stuff that the mom is saying about me. So you know what I do? I go with what he's saying and I pop shit back. Probably talking about this lady, and she not even, well, I probably think she is probably saying something because of just how he is. He's a man child. And not only is he a man child, he's the youngest son. So it's almost like I feel like he's still coddled. And his mother would rather much have him underneath her left or right titty to delegate and navigate his actions, as opposed to saying, son, I realize there's a lot of stuff going on in your life and I can't force you to do anything, but for me, for your mom, for your children, like, it's just she want to yap and argue with him to the point where it triggers him, and then he wants to go drink, and then when she triggers him, he over here like, I don't want to. She trigger him. Guess what? It's shit rolling downhill. It's shit literally rolling downhill. It's some days he wouldn't even pick up his phone, like, answer your phone for your mom, because I don't want her to think that I'm trying to get in, it's, no, none of that. But when I started to realize, when I met his mom, and she told me that it was my fault when this nigga is clinically diagnosed on his DD-214 as an alcoholic, it is my fault. Oh, I said the mama battling mental health too. She a little delirious or delusional, whichever the one. Like, no, ma'am, go talk to his other two wives. Go talk to his other two wives. I'm not even a wife. I don't have no kid with this dude or nothing. I'm having to freaking wrestle keys out of his hand because he trying to leave drunk. Saving him. I was in Virginia. He come pick me up from the airport. This nigga is stumbling. He parks in the airport parking. Literally. Walks into the airport. He's stumbling. And it's late at night. Nobody really is in the airport. So it's just drawing attention. Do you not know that they literally followed us back to the car? Now, I've never driven a fucking big ass sitting on God only knows what Silverado, Chevy Silverado. Never a day in my life. But I had to put both our lives in a very compromising situation because I needed to make sure that the police saw that I wasn't, that he wasn't getting behind the wheel. So I literally had to argue him down in the airport parking lot. Call your mama so she can come get us. Call your mama, call your mama, call your mama, call your mama. He don't want to call her. He like, I'll just drive. Girl, so I said, oh, you can drive? I said, switch seats with me. He switched seats with me. He go to put the key in the ignition. Bitch, he couldn't even put the key in the ignition. It's falling to the floor. It's falling to the floor. I said, get the fuck out of that front seat. Like, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. I got to figure out how to get us home. Because I had a red-eye flight. Now I'm pissed. Because now I'm putting my driver license at stake. I'm not drunk or anything. I'm just getting off the plane. But still, I don't know how to drive this CDL fucking big-ass wheels on the bus type of blue big-ass truck. I don't... What? So I'm turning out of the airport. I drive us home and everything. Girl, I drove home at like... I drove probably to Portsmouth freaking 20 miles per hour. Thank God the police wasn't there. And that's many to come from as many times I had to save this dude. Like, I've saved him so much that it was like 4 days in a row. He was like, yeah, I'll go to the VA. Every time I come pick him up, take him to the VA. And now he's finding some way to slither out of it to go back home. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So today, he asked me, he was like, yo, he called me like, I blocked him on everything. But then he sent me a little Cash App or whatever. He hit the Cash App. He sent a message. So when he sent the little Cash App or whatever, I was like, I guess he did pay for a little bit of my time to talk to him, even though I'm not supposed to be talking to him. And I called him. I'm like, I unblocked him. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I didn't block him on my phone. He doesn't have my new phone number, but I unblocked him on Facebook Messenger. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, I'm ready to go to the VA. I'm like, I don't believe you. You're a liar. Leave me the fuck alone. Basically, that's how I talk to him. Because he'd be so drunk to the point where it's like, leave me the fuck alone. So, next thing you know, I'm like, you're not going. You're lying to me. You pissing down my back and you telling me it's raining. And then I stopped myself in my tracks. And I was like, what if this is really God, like, trying to get him to, you know? Like, what if this is God, like, really speaking through him? Like, he really needs help. And I don't want to be like, nah, I ain't going to help you. Like, yeah, we broken up. But I don't want to see you go into a stroke or a coma or a seizure. I don't want none of that for you. I love you, you know? I'm getting real. Give me a second. So I told him, I'm like, I'll come pick you up. And I can't sit with you this time because it's my daughter's first day in school. And this is the long time, my first long time. And I'm going out my way to help you again. So I got to make this quick because the VA is about almost 35 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on traffic from me. So I'm like, hey, I only got this amount of time. He was like, all right. I get there, dragging his feet, but he gets in the car. I drive there. No, I didn't. I drove to a gas station. And something just came over my mind where it was like, he's asking me, like, have you had any dudes at your house? I'm like, bro, my daughter lives with me. Like, she has school. You think I'm worried about a nigga? You think I'm worried about a nigga? And my daughter starts school? I'm worried about an outfit. I'm worried about her hair being done right. I'm worried about the shoes that's going to go with the outfit. I'm worried about, is her lunchbox prepared? I'm not worried about no dude. My life doesn't result. I've never cheated. He's cheated on both his wives, ex-wives. I don't move like you. So I know that you think because you move the way you do that I'm going to move like you. So anyway, he like, you talked to you had any dude over your house? So I felt highly offended. I'm like, no. I have a 5-year-old little girl. What you fucking think this is? A brothel? A hostel? No. So then I put the question back on him. I'm like, so did you unblock that girl? Because he made me unblock my guy. Block my guy. So I'm like, so did you unblock that girl? He like, yeah, she's still blocked. Because every time he get mad, he want to go call this girl. So I'm like, all right, show me. Show me. Because I showed him. I had to show him that the dude that he was so concerned about was blocked. So I'm like, show me. He's like, I'm not going to show you my phone. I said, any other time, when you ask me who's calling my phone, when you say blah, 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 this is the type of controller stuff. When you see any type of notification from my phone, I have put my notification so loud that if I get a phone call, it says who's calling me. It says the number out so he can feel at peace. So show me, like, is she still blocked? He didn't want to show me. I knew. A woman knows. So I said, oh, I'm trying to get you help to go to the VA. You trying to start an argument with me, asking me if a nigga's been at my house, and I reciprocate the same energy, and I ask you, are you talking to that girl that's supposed to be blocked? You didn't want to show me. Now all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's go to the VA. Well, I don't want to go to the VA. Nigga, this is my motherfucking first day. My daughter just started kindergarten today. And I have, because they only school half a day until after Labor Day. I only have about 3 hours to myself. Yeah, I was supposed to vlog. I was supposed to do all this stuff today. But I wasted my time again trying to help a person that don't want to be helped. So She's like, just take me back to my car. Take me back to the hotel or wherever. I'm like, say less. I'm done. I'm feeling like I'm crazy now because this keeps happening back to back to back. Like, you just keep pissing down my back and telling me it's raining. It's turning into anger. I'm not sad anymore. I'm not disappointed anymore. I'm furious. Because mama is supposed to be doing what mama wants to do. I'm supposed to have my nails done. I'm supposed to be, pampering myself for the first time of me actually getting daytime throughout the week. Because she go to her daddy's house on the weekend. And he's been gone for, what, a month and a half? Because he's underway. So I'm doing all this by myself. And you want to play with my motherfucking time? You want to play with my time? You want to play with my gas? When gas is almost damn near $5? $5? Oh, yeah, you got the game fucked up. Now I had to Mighty Joe Young and Young. I had to basically stand on myself. Stand on 10 toes, excuse me. Because now it's like hurting my heart. Like, why you keep doing this to yourself, girl? Why? It's getting my... Like, have you ever been mad with yourself? I'm not even mad with this nigga in the moment. I'm mad with myself. Like, why the fuck do you keep letting this nigga do this to you? He's sitting right next door to me. He's sitting right next to me, girl. And he told me to take his truck. I should have. Because I burnt gas. So I take him back to his truck. He's like, you can keep... I know he had some alcohol in that back. So what he was going to do is... 2 days ago when I took him to the VA, he had a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. And he downed that before he went to the VA. So when he got out the car, he got all his alcohol and stuff. Everything. And he started calling me. And I just started blocking. Because at this point, I'm like, this is the enemy. That nigga would get drunk and then look at me like this. Like, I'll rebuke you. What in the world? Like, are you okay? I get lit and want to turn up. I want to dance and just be in a vibe. He started drinking and it's like, my life is went to shit. My mama did this. My grandma said that. My ex-wife don't want me no more. I can't see my kids. Another nigga raising my girls. It just be all the motherfucking excuses in the world of why he is the victim. And I'm like, I'm tired of looking at you as a grown-ass man and you always being a victim. Like, I'm not perfect, but I could tell you where I go wrong. I could tell you. I knew that I had to leave this dude alone when on Easter... Girl, let me be quiet. Anyway. Let's just say I'm the type of girl where it's like, he gonna go back and tell his mama, but his mama know everything. Because I already told her. I done already told him my role. Because what he did was I had to call the police, put the paramedics on him. Because this nigga, I kicked him out my house, right? I kicked him out of my house. Next thing you know, he's trying to find any way to like just keep drinking in the house. Like, okay, I can't have an open container out your house. So he's drinking. I'm like, get out. Like, go. Bye. He go in my bathroom, start throwing up. Like, don't say that. I was saying don't say. He start going to the bathroom throwing up. And look, his eyes are just like, he's like doing this and he's buckling a little bit. And I'm like, oh, so now you can't get the fuck out. Because how are you supposed to get in your car? He down 3 Choco Teas Buzz Balls. 3 Choco Teas Buzz Balls. And then he had a big ass 32 ounce of Modelo. And when I say crack, sip, crack, sip, crack, sip. Girl, I said, you can't leave my house like this. This would be blood on my hand. God forbid you walk out this door, get behind that wheel, or walk anywhere. So I'm like, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the paramedics. Because you got to call 911 to get to the paramedics. So I call the cops, 911, and I'm like, hey, I need a paramedic because, again, I have information that this nigga's prone to seizures. This nigga take medicine to prevent strokes. The doctor told me when I went to the VA, if he stops drinking alcohol, he's putting his body more at state of having a stroke. I never knew that before. But you mean to tell me because this nigga's taking the alcohol out his body's basically like, oh, I don't know what this is, and goes into that mode? So yeah, I call the paramedics. I don't play around with health. I don't play around with somebody talking about seizures and stuff like that. So as soon as they call, they asked me what my issue was. This is my first time really calling the cops on anybody. And I'm not calling the cops, I'm calling the paramedics. You have to talk to 911 to get to the paramedics. So when I said call the cops, it's not calling him to get him locked up or detained. He ain't did nothing to me. He ain't put his hands on me, none of that. It's just, he was a little aggressive in my face, but I eat that. That ain't nothing. It's more so about the condition and the state that he's in and the information that I have of him being prone to seizures and strokes. So the lady's asking me, did he put his hands on you? I'm like, no. Is he, what is his race? He's black. Does he have any drugs on him? No, he's not a drug addict. He just does alcohol. Like, I'm letting her know. The cops get here, and I like, as soon as I started calling 911, he left out the house, girl. He one thing about a nigga, you say 911, they out the door. Out the door they go. Shit, I should have said that shit a long time ago. But he literally walked out the door when I was calling the paramedics. And the paramedics come. And they're like, where is he at? They call me. And I'm like, I don't know. He left. His truck is here. So thank God. Because I had stole his keys. So they went searching for him. And I'm like, hey, I don't want you guys to detain him. He's not combative. He's not an angry, aggressive guy. Like, I'm not calling to get him in trouble. I'm calling him so he can get himself medical help. Because I was hoping that I called the paramedics, something was going on with him, and they take him to the VA. If he wasn't going to go to the VA in my car, I was hoping and praying that the paramedics would highly suggest that. But basically, they took his vitals. His blood pressures was from up there. And the police came up to my house and was like, he's pretty inebriated and he's out in public intoxicated, which I'm not, how is that a crime? I mean, he wasn't bothering anybody or anything else like that, and that's why I was asking him. But he basically can't be on here, like, outside inebriated like the way he was. So the cop was like, do you want him to come back in, y'all talk or whatever? Because the cop sees that I'm not trying to get the nigga in trouble. I'm just trying to get him help. And everything checked out. I'm like, no, I don't want him to come back up. He's like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, well, here's his wallet and here's his keys. But the only reason why I'm giving you his keys to assure that he doesn't make anything seem like I'm trying to take his truck or anything else like that. I don't know, So he got his wallet and his keys, and the police drove him to a hotel. And I talked to him, make sure he was good. He's like, yeah, I'm going to detox here. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm getting emails saying, oh, you fucking that African nigga. Oh, it's a dude in your house. Like, just he's in his mind about whatever, and he's believing it. And that's the scarier part about it. I'm like, that nigga is still on my block list. Your situation isn't. Stop projecting. And then that's when it hit me. What that thing said, like, Tina hit, it finally hit me. It hit me. I'm like, I'm getting game ran on me. This nigga is playing with my time, my energy, and my effort. And he's distracting me from my own personal time with myself. I need to love on myself. I need to forgive myself. I need to apologize to myself. I got some me, myself, and I time that I need to do. And here I am going back and forth with a dude that's over here. You said, Crystal said, these alcoholics are master time wasters. I'm not going to lie. Yes. I wasted 8 months. 8 months. Haven't been to a freaking, I went to a wedding with him. I went to Vegas. Went to North Carolina. We traveled. That's not the issue. It's like, why do we have to drink? We don't have to drink to do something with each other. I don't want to drink. And then when you're drinking and I'm not drinking, you make it seem like I'm being a prude. Because I want to save my kidney and my liver. I know I love him. I know I care about him. And after all my reservations and stuff, it's like, I don't want to talk to him. Sad than seeing a man like struggling with something and battling with something and have all the avenues and resources to get the help, but they refuse it. Everything come crashing down in their lives. You losing 2 wives. Half the time, the children's mothers may not be in the best mood with you because of how you're talking. No kid needs to be talking, and no parent needs to be talking to kids every time they talking to their daddy. He drunk. Like, why are you feeling comfortable to even? If I'm lit and my daughter's at her papa house, I got no business calling that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have dumbass conversation. He gonna be looking at me like, she good? What you calling for? You drunk? She don't need to see that. Have fun. But this nigga get drunk and then want to go start something. He'll come over, start calling me, trying to start some drama. I ain't going for it because I got adapted to it really fast. And I'm like, all right, you like to argue. I'm not your mama. I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. You got to go. And then he'll call his mama. She going to give it up every time. They arguing, sounding like boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? And then if it's not the mama, he calling one of the baby mamas to argue. And you know what's so funny? He is never argumentative with men. Only women. I feel like he has animosity towards women. For whatever reason. Because he'll cuss his mama out, right? And then as soon as she call him back and got the stepdaddy on the phone, he be like, yes, sir. And, yeah. And, you tight lip. But as soon as the female come around and you start to fill yourself with that liquor, and then it's rah-rah. It's only on women. It's shut the fuck up and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, You're pushing me away. And it just got to the point where today, after he wasted my time, and then he unblocked that girl, but had the nerve to sit and try to check me, to go through my phone, to see my phone, to see that I'm not, I haven't unblocked old boy. I'm no longer Pinocchio. I'm not being controlled by your strings anymore. I'm not. Because I can't listen to my music. I can't go to my lounges. I can't do shit. And what's the point of me being here? What's the point of being together? If you wanted a dummy, go get one. I'm not a dummy. And once you go through a divorce, baby, you know exactly what you gonna put up with and what you not. You know exactly how you want to be loved. You know exactly how you want to be treated. You know exactly how you don't want to be treated. You know, especially after a divorce. So then when you get into a relationship and the relationship ain't relationshiping, that's a flag on the play. A flag on the play. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to come to y'all and express my feelings. For real. I low-key want to take this hair out, honestly. But I'm about to just go and give my pillow some head and call it a night. I'm proud of myself for not dropping tears because I feel like I've dropped enough tears. Epiphany. What you mean, Almond? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. But I just cried so much that, and I've acted out of character too. I've acted out of character. And I'm solidifying because I've been through this. But if somebody continues to push you out of your character and then just remains calm and act oblivious to what they're doing and they're like, I didn't do nothing. Oh, baby, run for the hills. That's not love. That's literally somebody just feeding off your energy. And I am a very high vibrational person. So yes, I do attract people who may be empathic that are running low on their batteries. And every time that he would get me mad, he would be okay. He would be glad. He coming up like, oh, you want something to eat? You want me to get this? You want me to get that? Now, at 214 pounds, I ain't turning down no food right now. You know, like, well, now I am because my stomach is shrinking, but back at that moment, it was expanded. So, like, yeah, I'm mad. And he'll be like, you just hungry. You're not even mad. You just hungry. And I'm like, bitch, you sitting here, you're dismissing all of my reservations for you of what the problem is. The only problem with us is your drinking. And then you know what he will do? Oh, well, you smoke weed. Nigga, I can smoke weed, work, clean. I can smoke weed. And guess what? It does not have the same effects as alcohol. So I didn't come into this world with you. You got to worry about your own issues. Don't be sitting here like, well, you smoke weed and nigga, I don't even smoke a gram a day. I hit that, boom, that's it. But I got something better for your ass. I'm not smoking. Now clock it. I'm not smoking. So what's the next thing? How come you can't get yourself help? So the breakup wasn't mutual. It wasn't. But I will say, it felt damn good. It felt damn good to finally just say, you know what? Enough is enough. I've had it. And I've seen my mom go through drama with with her husband. His mama going through drama. He done seen it too. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And my energy has definitely been, or tried to be siphoned. And to the point where my relationship with God was starting to dwindle. Like, sometimes I'll just walk in the house and be like, thank you, Jesus. Like, I just get gratitude. You know, I'll just get gratitude. And I stopped giving gratitude. I stopped with I was going to church, and then that was another thing. He was doing it with church. I'm like, all right, come meet me at church. He's like, I'm on my way. Oh, it was no parking. Nigga, parking at the parking lot. Like, why are you always lying? If you can lie about something so simple, that means you can lie. You can lie about anything. So it's like, I'm going to miss him. And I'm going to enjoy the good times because it wasn't all bad. But I'm going to really enjoy my peace of mind. And I can't wait to go out to the Afro Beats Club. Honestly, I really can't. I can't wait to go in my car and blast my Caribbean soca music. I really can't. I can't wait to be able to, well, I feel at peace to not have to worry about a nigga throwing up in the middle of the night or his breathing. His breathing is, because I'm not having to worry about him coughing when he come over here. Because I ain't gonna lie. When my daughter's with her dad and we hang out, baby, he be sleeping on the couch by himself. It's like, now you turn into my, like, friend, low-key. Anywho, child. I'm not letting nobody else's dusty-ass son stress me out. I'm going to say that again. I'm not letting nobody else's dusty-ass son stress me out. This was my wake-up call because I ain't going to lie. In January, I was getting really, 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 like, lonely. And I would be like, oh, I just want love. And the love that I want, not the love, not the attention that other people would give me, from the person that you want. And then me and this dude start talking, and then it's like, I'm 30 pounds heavier. I feel like the light in my eyes don't hit the same that I used to. And when I say light, I mean, I have natural light brown eyes, but when I say light, you could just tell that, like, I have some compressing to do. I got some introspection to do. I got some shadow work to do. I got some work to do. And I got some forgiving of myself to do for what I allowed myself to go through. Because one thing I learned about it is, like, when mommy is not in the best, your baby's not going to be getting the best. So if I'm emotionally being drained, emotionally having to give my attention to the wrong individual, it just gets to the point where it's like, how did I let myself do that? And how many times did my daughter have to see her mom not happy? And I just thank God for my daughter because she deserved to have this day be her day. And I just think I woke up 5:30 in the morning, got her to school, took all the cutest little pictures, and do what I had to do. And then when I had to go take him to the VA while she was at school and then come back and pick her up, I was so drained, y'all. I was so drained. I know my daughter could tell. But she was so happy. I just had to be happy. Even though I didn't feel happy because I'm like, all I wanted to do was help this dude. And I don't know how else to help him anymore besides leaving him alone. And I think the part that hurts me the most is these 8 months went by fast. And I gave too much attention to a person that They don't give a fuck about me. They're just codependent on me, and they're only codependent on their alcohol. This nigga wants to open a container in my car. In my car, bro. Like, in my car. I just gotta forgive myself for the time I put in this relationship. I don't want it back. But I do love him, and I'm conflicted. Because all I wanted to do was help. And it just seemed like my help made things more tense between us. You know? And not only that, mentally, I feel like it took away from my daughter. Because, you know, as moms or parents, when you are going through something emotionally, sometimes you're not as present. And that's the part where I'm just having to forgive myself. And so it felt amazing. I'm so grateful that I broke up with him before she started school, kindergarten, because this day taking her to school was only about her. And I realized, like, even after any relationship, my daughter's gonna be there. These niggas ain't, you know, whether I leave them or they leave me. My Rolly's gonna roll with her mama, like. So I'm just in the phase of like, I don't want no more relationship. That's how I feel. And I don't know if this relationship is like what's like put the cherry on top. But I don't want to ever jeopardize my mental health for a man to take away from me, myself, and my daughter. And sometimes it would bother me because I would go pick my daughter up and my child father would be like, "You okay?" And my eyes are looking puffy and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Like having to play it off, but he can see it like, what's going on with her? Just grieving, losing my grandfather, my grandma, you know, she's starting to get a little dementia like. I was just finding something to fill some voids. And I know I do love him. But I gotta let him go. So he's blocked on everything. And it hurts because it's like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. A little part of me is like, I hope he does find a way to hit me up. I would be lying to you if I didn't say that. But I'm fasting now. I'm not eating meat. I ain't even eat all day. All day. I have not ate. So that's why I'm like, shit. I'm just having to be I'm just going through the emotions of guilt, hurt, deceit, wasting time. I've said some stuff that don't make me feel good, that I have to repent for, because I'm saying this shit out of anger. Just breaking my motherfucking character because somebody wants to choose to let their addiction take over them. So I called. I haven't talked to my friends in a while because I just kind of like felt like, you know, when you talk to your friends, they want to get an update on your mental health. Like my friends actually give a damn about how I'm doing. So I felt like if I just stayed away, like it would be like, oh, okay, she's just off doing her own thing. Because, you know, sometimes in friendships you do that. Like, you won't talk to your friend for a little bit. You be like, I know when I talk to her, everything gonna be all right. You know? But I talked to 3 of my friends. One was a high school friend. The other one's my military friend. And the other one was just an acquaintance out here. And everybody was just kind of like, he didn't love you. He just used you. He just used you because he knew your heart. He knew you was going to have his best interest, look after you. He would get mad and be like, and that's what's wrong with you black bitches. I've never been told that shit by no man. But I have to listen to drunken rants about black bitches, you bitches this, you bitches that. And you said listen to Tupac in your head, baby, that's all he listened to. Like, he didn't took my Tupac from me. I love me some Tupac, but that's all he listened to is R. Kelly and Tupac. So I can't even listen to Tupac. Gotta keep your head up. Can't. He just came in and just, and it's not him. It's not him. You know, when somebody's battling their addiction and you knew them before their addiction, you know it's not him. You know it's not them. It's their addiction. So it's like, I was dating 2 dudes. And one of them, I'm sad that I'm losing. But y'all, he couldn't even go 5 days without drinking. I've never seen him on the 6th day. He will sit here, call me, pick a fight with me, ask me a dumbass question. Because what girl want to keep hearing, are you fucking somebody? Bro, what do you take me for? I ain't never been no bot, no bop, no thought, none of that. And you keep questioning, am I having another nigga at my house with my daughter in here that I just met? So yeah, it offends me. It offends me. And I'll say something stupid to him, and you know what he do? Well, I didn't mean to piss you off, but I'm about to go to the liquor store. You did that so you had an alibi to go to the liquor store. Fucking manipulative ass motherfucker. Anyway. Listen to Tupac, hold your head, okay, baby? The Lord will do the rest. Amen. No, for real, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I've been having to do my journaling. I have had to get back in my journaling because I stopped journaling. I stopped with the praise and the worship. You know, I even had to be like, shit, like my relationship with God kind of like fell off. I'm trying to show y'all what I'm trying to show y'all. Like, I even had to put it on my board. I had to put it on my board. Let me see. Like, it says, remember, always start your prayers with worship and praise to God Almighty. Mighty. And then I put, there is power in silence. And then all this other stuff with my daughter's stuff, her school and stuff. But anyway, yeah, like I had to remind myself, like, girl, get it together. And don't forget to worship God in the morning. You know? First thing. First thing. So yeah, I had to, girl, I had to do some investment. Like, I'm back on my square, like on my square, because I fell off so bad. So I've been had this. I used to write in it a lot, like writing it a lot, but I just stopped writing it. And after I got into that relationship, the Holy Bible right here. Then I got another journal that I write in, and then I have this. Prays to break negative and evil soul ties, agreements, and covenants. And I read it before, and I loved it. Okay, I loved it, and I was on a fast and everything else like that. And baby, the devil came right on in and said, "Gotcha, bitch!" Like, got you by your toe, and I fell for it. And so I'm having to start back from ground zero. I'm having to repent. I'm having to look at myself in the mirror, see all this weight that I gained. Y'all, I'm over here in a skirt, right? And I love skirts. Don't get me wrong. I love me a good little skirt. Bitch, I don't fit none of my clothes. I don't fit none of my clothes. None. I gotta wear leggings. I gotta wear hoodies, camis. If I showed you putting on some jeans right now, y'all, just to be 100 trill with you, none of my clothes. And I refuse to buy anymore. So I say, you know what? If I got to be in the same clothes until I get back into my clothes, I ain't get to wear none of my summer clothes that like were jeans or a little bit more fitted or snugged. Like, I didn't even post on here. I didn't. So it is what it is. I'm not going to beat up myself anymore, but it felt good to vent. It felt good to tell you guys what's going on. Listen to Donald Lawrence, Matthew. Okay, I will. Thank you. Thank you for that, Lysander. No, for sure. I am. I'm back on my game. And I don't know how to really deal with missing a person, but actually being happy that they're gone. Like, that's the confliction I'm dealing with. Like, damn, I'm happy I got peace. I'm not talking to him. But then we started out as friends, turned to homies, and then to lovers. So I just cut all of that off. You are a queen, so act like that. You can do anything, girl. And I received that, and definitely I can get over this breakup. Shit, if I got over a divorce, I can get over a breakup, right? But shit. By the time me and my child's father broke up, I had already stopped giving it to him. Like a year and a half. So we were just coexisting in the house. Me and this dude, like, I get frustrated that he's too drunk. Because if I want to be intimate with my man, I don't want to smell that alcohol in your pores. I don't want to feel like Master doing his business on me. You broke up how many times in your life? Well, that's what I was explaining, Prox, that my breakups have been mutual. Like, it's been mutual. Like, okay, my ex-husband, he cheated. We both know it was a wrap. My high school sweetheart, I went into the military. We knew it was a wrap. So it's always been kind of like understood. Yeah, I did have to weather the emotions and the spectrum that comes with it. But I feel like I just probably put too many eggs in my basket. I should have just talked to like 6 different dudes. But I'm the type of girl, I don't know how to hold a conversation with 6 dudes. I'm like the horses that got the little blinders. I'm like them. So all I see was in front of me. I don't like talking to a whole bunch of dudes. That's not a flex to me. That's juggling. And then I'm like, didn't I tell you this already? Oh, I told the other nigga that. You know what I'm saying? I always trip up. I'm not good at juggling niggas. So, but I feel like I have to start becoming better at dating instead of just getting in full on relationships because I need to vet this shit out. You don't really know a person until you know. It could be 1 month, 2 months, a week, a day, for shit, 20 years from now. The person just wake up and change. So, but like Tupac says, sometimes things won't ever change. So that's what I'm taking for his sobriety. I heard this quote before. It said, I believe 100% that people can change. But I believe 1,000% that people will choose not to. Tell me that shit don't hit. Okay, all right. It says you are a keeper and don't worry, you will find someone who is worth it. Just don't date anyone. Keep your standards high. You got this. Focus on your growth, baby. Damn, that was fire. No, for real. I ain't taking credit for it. I heard that quote. They said, I believe 100%. And thank you for those kind words, Prox. They said, I believe 100% a person can change, but I believe 1,000% they choose not to. So it's like, yeah, you putting all your eggs in the basket, but then at the same time, that 1,000%, baby, that thing can trump just off a switch of a decision. So I don't want to date. I don't want no man. I went from yearning for some attention to now like I just want to lose this weight that I gained. Like y'all, my chin ain't never had a neighbor. Never, never. Like never, never. And ain't nothing wrong with it. But like I said, for me, that's not how I hold myself. That's not how I maintain myself. And so I just haven't maintained shit. Besides, really my daughter, and that I give my props to. You know, because mommy still showed up even when mentally I couldn't. Like the first week I found out my grandfather died, it crushed me. So it's just at this point, I just want to show up for her. Because like I said, these niggas, my daughter's going to be here before these niggas, during these niggas, and after these niggas. She's the Rolly. Like, I got my best friend, my homie, and my daughter all in one. And yes, a girl has her itch, but I'm going back celibate because I need to detox. I need to do the little yoni egg thing. I need to do the thing when they put it up your vagina and they let the steam come on in. And I need to do all that. Whatever all that is, give me that package. I need to go ahead and just reset the table. Because, yeah. But y'all make sure to like the live. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really got a lot of stuff on my chest. I'm not embarrassed about none of the shit because it's the truth and the truth shall set me free. And that's what it did for me tonight. I've been quiet for 8 months and I'm I'm proud of myself. And if you're watching this, dude, but I love you, but I love me more, and I love my daughter more. So that trumps loving you. I care about you, but I can't stress about you anymore. And that's all I got for y'all. I'm about to go to sleep, and I want to take this hair out and put my little puff back in because I just want to be stripped bare naked. Don't be surprised tomorrow if y'all see me tomorrow come on this bitch and not be bald headed. I don't want to hear shit else nobody got to say because I'm going through a breakup and I'm allowed to feel my emotions. But I ain't gonna go bald headed. I'm tired of cutting this hair off. But yeah, don't be surprised if y'all start seeing me go live. Thank you. I'm setting to make sure to like, share, and subscribe to your girl. I love your comments, good or indifferent, down below. And y'all have a blessed night. And if I could leave y'all with any advice, is never lose yourself for a person. Never. A friend, a best friend, anybody. Stick to who you are because God only made one of you. And like Zoe said, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell is anybody supposed to ever love you? So I got to get to start to loving myself so I can get somebody else to love me. You get what I'm saying? You feeling me? But I'm not there yet. Take care. I love y'all. Good night.